Hey, what's up you guys? John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, we're going to show you what we're up to this weekend, building a peacock house, and also giving some pumpkins to our chickens. We had a little fun event over the weekend called Pumpkins for Pacas, where we had members of our community drop off their old pumpkins from Halloween, and in return, they get to get a little tour around the farm, meet the alpacas, all kinds of stuff. So right now we have a whole gorilla cart full of pumpkins, very heavy, and we're going to give them to our chickens now. And we're also going to try our own version of Fruit Ninja. Let's get to it. So as you can see, I am an absolute machete warrior. Don't come at me with your pumpkins over here.
Except do.
Except do, yeah, because chickens. So let's go feed some pumpkins to some chickens.
A little suspicious. Yum.
Yeah. Boo!
We wish you could do a pumpkin carving review.
This is pretty good. The only problem is, as with any stencil, you lose the centerpiece. You gotta have a little line in there. So, I'll give it a C+. I can say that.
Uh-huh.
So this one's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like cat eyes.
I was just gonna say the same thing. So it looks deep into your soul.
Guys, there's something in our run. Nice and traditional.
I like this one. The only criticism I have is that you can still see the stencil lines. You know, so clearly amateur. So this one looks like it was good, but
Oh yeah?
the test of time.
Can't hold that against them.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, look at the eyebrows, the shape of the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good. It's a good curve. They match.
Yeah.
B+, A-, A-. All right, so now that we are done slicing pumpkins in half, which I gotta say, that's a Harbor Freight machete, best $5 I've ever spent. So, you saw us feed the chickens some pumpkins, so now we're out here in our Peacock Palace, and so it has been really frustrating to try to set up the run for them, because, you know, we're using these tree lengths as posts. And it's just, you know, it's a little difficult to work with, especially with the ground over here. I mean, look at all these rocks. And this is just what's on the surface. I mean, every single hole that I've had to dig, I've had to pull out a million rocks. So the basic idea here, and I'm pretty pleased with the size of this. So it's about 40 by 40. So it's substantial, 1,600 square feet. You know, and it's big, so you can see. So I'm on one end of it. The other end is basically on that pole right there, so 40 feet away. This is a pretty big space, so I think this will be good. I mean, that's a lot of square foot per peacock. So Kat was talking about getting more. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So anyway, absolutely not. No more peacocks. Anyway, so this is going to be their enclosure, like I said. So it's really nice. It's big, which I think is good. We were going to do like a temporary setup with T-posts and, you know, welded wire or whatever. It was going to cost more money, and it was going to take, it would have been quicker for sure, but then we would have had to redo it anyway. So while we were out here, we were talking about it. We were going to use like 10-foot T-posts and welded wire, but like, you know, it's extra effort for sure to do the real thing, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end rather than doing it twice. Poncho Cat. So where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Right? Don't worry, Catherine thinks I'm funny. All right, so the basic idea is that we're using these, you know, tree lengths as the posts that we're gonna have the fence on. So we have these big, beefy top cuts, which weigh, you know, over 200 pounds, that are gonna secure the bottom. We also are gonna have these set in concrete, and then to just ensure that they are strong. So we had this really old utility pole on our property from a company that doesn't exist anymore. So we're gonna take that and put it probably right where I'm standing. So you can see I'm probably about 10, 12, well, maybe 16 feet away. And so we're gonna put that in, and that's probably gonna go up 12 feet maybe. And then we'll have wire coming down to meet each one of these posts to hold up the aviary netting that we'll have on top. And then that way, so we'll have force pulling these fence posts towards the middle. And then I'm also thinking that we'll take a cable from here, which is one of our tree posts, to there, which is an actual tree. So that way we sort of have opposing forces to keep it, you know, nice and straight. Because the one thing that I'm worried about, so we're gonna have chicken wire on these, so we're gonna have a top cut down on the bottom, and then we're gonna have some kind of weight up at the top. So like with all these things, you know, they're pretty far, they're spaced far apart. You know, I worry that they could wobble a little bit. So if we have the big post in the center that, you know, serves as like a means of keeping everything together this way, and then we have cables on the outside pulling it that way, that'll make sure it's nice and straight. So on the other side, we have two actual trees. This one right here in the far, what is this? This is the south corner. And then in that north corner, you can see that, I believe it's a cottonwood tree with the pink tape on it. That's the other corner. So this side should be fine, because we have, you know, this solid tree right here and that one, which is a nice big tree, like just solid and ready to go. So this whole row right here and this corner will be very well anchored. I just want to make sure everything else is super anchored. So we'll have a tree in that corner, which is the northeast corner, and then the northwest corner. So that was actually, that was the corner I was just in. So see that tree right there? So the corner posts right here, these two we'll have secured with a cable to this tree, and then we'll also have it secured with a cable to the utility pole, which will be right about here. So that's my theory anyway. We'll see if that actually works out. Most of these are in concrete. We have a problem with our water right now, so they're not set. But rather than leave the bags of concrete just out and having them harden in the bag, I figured might as well pour them in the hole. Have them harden while they're in the hole, and that way I can just add water tomorrow and call it a day. All right, and now we are actually heading out for the night, so we are gonna try to lock up the chickens early, which is tough because they don't like to go in their coops until it's dark. But it's 4 o'clock, so it's gonna get dark soon. anyway, which is sad. But, all right. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. Please give us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you're thinking. As always, please subscribe. We put out new videos on Mondays and Fridays, and we go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you stop by and say hello next time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm fine.